I would like to welcome you to the Community College of Baltimore County, and I would like to welcome you to DCOM 263, Virtualization using VMware. My name is Dan Whitaker, and I will be your instructor in this online course. In this course introduction, we will discuss the purpose of the course, the topics that we will be covering, the format of the class, grading, and what you need to do to get started. Let's start out with the purpose of the course. The purpose of the course is to enable the student, to enable you to install, configure, manage, maintain, and troubleshoot a virtual network infrastructure using VMware vSphere. The course is designed for students pursuing a career as network administrators or network engineers in a virtualized data center, and the course is designed to help prepare students for the VMware vSphere certification exam. So we have used this term VMware vSphere several times. What is VMware vSphere? VMware vSphere is an infrastructure virtualization suite, and suite means group of programs. And what it does is it provides virtualization and it aggregates physical hardware resources. In other words, VMware vSphere is a piece of software that allows us to manage and control large data center servers and cloud servers. In a way, vSphere is like Windows 7. Windows 7 is not a computer. Windows 7 is a piece of software. It's an operating system that allows us to manage and control a single computer. Similarly, VMware vSphere is a piece of software. It's an operating system that allows us to manage and control large data center servers and cloud servers. If we have a small data center, or if we have a large data center, like Social Security, VMware vSphere is the software that allows us to manage and control data center and cloud servers. The name of the company is VMware, and the software is called vSphere. Many of you are here for the VMware certification. Now let's discuss the course content, what we will be covering in this course. And if you go to the table of contents in our online textbook, you will see that there are 12 chapters. Let's briefly look at each chapter. Chapter 1 is where we are now, course introduction. Chapter 2, Introduction to Virtualization, is where we provide the background information to understand what is a software-defined data center. Why, or what is virtualization, and why would you want to use virtualization? And we discuss the components of a software-defined data center, including ESXi hosts, virtual machines, virtual disks, and virtual switches, all of which we will be covering throughout the course. And then in Chapter 3, we get right to it. We create virtual machines, and we configure virtual machines. Chapter 4, vCenter Server. vCenter Server is a centralized server that allows us to configure a large number of ESXi host computers. And then in Chapter 5, Virtual Networks, is where we look at virtual switches, at configuring virtual switches, and at configuring port groups. Chapter 6, Virtual Storage, we look at SANs, Storage Area Networks, and iSCSI, which is a type of storage area network. We look at virtual disks and at VMFS, Virtual Machine File System, data stores. Chapter 7, Managing Virtual Machines, we look at creating and configuring virtual machines. We create templates and clones. We use snapshots and vApps. Chapter 8, Resource Management and Monitoring. is where we allocate resources to resource pools. And we monitor resource utilization so we can make the decision. Is this data center running at 10% utilization, in which case there's nothing to worry about, or is it at 95% utilization and it's about ready to come to its knees and we'd better do something? Chapter 9, High Availability and Fault Tolerance. Well, most of you know what hard disk mirroring is, and that's a type of fault tolerance. Another type of fault tolerance, which we will be looking at in this course, is ESXi host computer fault tolerance. We will look at virtual machine fault tolerance, and we will look at data store fault tolerance. In Chapter 10, Hosts Scalability and Load Balancing, is where we use an advanced feature of vSphere, DRS, the Distributed Resource Scheduler. DRS allows us to perform load balancing across many ESXi hosts. Chapter 11, Updates and Patch Management, is where we use the vSphere Update Manager to download updates from VMware's website to scan our ESXi host computers and then to apply those updates. Then Chapter 12, we look at installation. Installation of the ESXi host computers, installation of the vSphere client, and installation of vCenter server. And we also look at a couple advanced installation methods. 12 chapters to do, and we will be doing them in order except Chapter 12. We do Chapter 12 right after we do Chapter 2 because I like to do installation early in the class. Most of our material will be coming from our online textbook, but I will occasionally be asking you to go to pubs.vmware.com, where you will see that VMware has extensive online documentation. Now let's discuss the format of the class. This class is what they call a blended or hybrid class. It's a combination of online and face-to-face. The online component is where you read the textbook online, you watch the lectures online, and you take the quizzes online, and then once a month you come into the college to perform the hands-on exercises. So each week you have 3 things to do. 1, read the chapter in the online textbook. 2, watch the instructor's lecture video and take the weekly quiz. And then once a month, you come into the college to perform the hands-on exercises. Grading. Grading is based upon 4 criteria. Weekly quizzes altogether make up 25% of the grade, so each quiz is worth about 2% of the entire grade. The midterm exam is 25% of the grade. The project is 25% of the grade. The project is based upon the hands-on exercises. If you've done the hands-on exercises, you've done the project. And then the final exam, which is 25% of the grade, requires that you come in to the College Testing Center to take the final exam. If anybody has any questions about anything, please email me, or if you see any errors in the course, please let me know so I can fix them. Summary. In summary, the purpose of the course is to enable the student to install, configure, manage, maintain, and troubleshoot a virtual network infrastructure using VMware vSphere. Each week, you read the textbook, watch the video, take the online quiz, and once a month, you come into the college to do the labs. What next? Next thing you should do is log on to Blackboard and introduce yourself to the class. Then purchase the online textbook and read Chapter 2 in the textbook. Watch the video of the instructor teaching Chapter 2 and then take the online quiz. Otherwise, this concludes our course introduction. Thank you very much and have a nice day.